I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com, and I'm an executive job search and leadership coach. Translated, I do one-on-one coaching with executives to help them land their next position. I also have a website geared toward everyone else called JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. And the scenario I want to present to you is really very simple. Who owns you? Who is responsible for you? Who runs your ass? And I'm using that term very specifically. Who owns your ass? Now, a lot of people will say, well, no one owns me. But when you watch them at work, the fact of the matter is their manager owns them. And when the manager says jump, they go higher because they want to impress their boss, or they want to ensure that when the next layoff comes, they are not on the list. And I must in all honesty tell you, that abdication of responsibility is a huge mistake, and you give away your life. And I know because I made this mistake for so many years. It was ridiculous. When I worked in recruiting, I had a manager or I worked closely with an owner, and I jumped higher and higher every day, and my blood pressure would rise tremendously, and I had panic attacks regularly, and there was never enough that I could do to satisfy him. And it didn't matter which firm I worked for. There was never enough that I could do. The emails kept coming in. The clients kept wanting more service. You were bombarded. I was bombarded all the time. And eventually my power was given away to clients. My power was given away to my manager. And I had to eventually say, stop. And I don't think I'm unique in this regard. I think many people do this because we are raised in a culture of fear. From the time that we're young and we go to school and we get the message that school is a factory where you have to get good grades or else you won't get into a good college. When you get to that college, you have to get good grades or you won't get a good job. You have to perform well in that job or you'll be fired. And eventually you're fired anyway, and you wonder what went wrong. I was talking to someone last night who I coach, and terrific guy, and does awesome work for a great organization, consults to them, and got fired with 2 years left to go on his contract. Amazing. They're going to pay him for 2 years. Many of us are so fearful of consequences, we stop living. I just want to remind you that if you're operating from fear, there is something wrong, and you've got to look at this carefully and see what you can do to take ownership of your life and your career again. There is no reason to live as I did for so long, fearful that if you're in sales, that 1 month where you don't perform, it means it's time to panic because you're going to get fired. I didn't get fired. I was a great producer, but every once in a while you hit a trough because what happened previously impacts what happens going forward. It happens. And if your management doesn't understand it, get the hell out of there. There's no reason to tolerate the abuse. And if you're someone who is afraid to take time off, as I've heard so many times, execs who miss kids' events because they have to be somewhere and they regret it. There's a woman I was talking with, my headhunting life, which has come to an end. I just want to be clear about that. And she missed. She gave birth to twins, and she was back on the phone managing programs within 2 days. And if her client said we have a meeting in New York, like a few days after the kids are born, she's commuting to New York to attend meetings. Like, what's wrong with this picture? And there's a lot wrong with it. It may be right for you, but as you get older, you start to realize there's something wrong with this setup. And There's no reason to put up with it. I don't have the right solution for you. I don't know you if you're watching this video, and I'm not going to say what you should do. But it's time to pause and re-examine your choice, because all you're doing, it seems to me, is though you're chasing your tail. And Lord knows, I spent so many years chasing my tail. It's not worth it. Eventually you wake up one day and you ask, is that all there is? And it's very dissatisfying. Trust me, it's very dissatisfying. Have a great day. Again, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'd love to coach you. There'll be my email address in the show notes if you'd like coaching from me. I'll simply say I do executive job search and leadership coaching. Have a great day.